greetings, beautiful people, and thank you so much for tuning in to today's Movement Medicine Morsel. We're finishing off September, which has had the theme of Yoga Month, and we're ending with the eighth limb of the eight limbs of yoga, of Ashtanga Yoga, and this limb is samadhi, or absorption, being in the flow, being in the zone, are ways to think about it. So, over this month, we've been on a journey of some of the lesser known inner practices of yoga that really, to me, make up the real heart and soul of the practices. And I love sharing them with you and having a chance to contemplate them even more again. And we've seen that in the eight limbs of yoga, we have ethical precepts that align us internally. We also have physical postures and flows for our body and our care of our material presence. We also have breathing and energy practices. We've been looking at how we turn our senses inwards rather than letting them just be wild and going outwards without a sense of looking within. We've also looked at concentration, at meditation, and now the fruit of those practices is samadhi, or absorption. And they all can grow at the same time, or they can grow one after the other, but they continue mixing, they continue spiraling, and they continue informing. So, I want to get into the embodied practice of flow. And one way that we can think about flow is it's not outside our lives. We've all experienced it. Anytime that you've been engaged in an activity that loses the sense of time for you, you're just so absorbed, time, space, the rest of the world fall away, and you are just there with that thing, that person, that experience. So we all know what that flow feels like. So we're looking at some of these eight limbs of yoga as tips and technology so that we can have these experiences more regularly and make ourselves more open for them. So let's begin seated. I'll slide my chair back a little bit. We'll set our foundation. We want to feel our feet. We want to feel our sit bones, so move a little bit, wiggle your toes, feel your skin on your feet, feel any socks or shoes or slippers you're wearing, feel the floor itself, feel the texture of your chair. Is it soft? Is it hard? Can you feel your right and left sit bone? And settle in nice and evenly. So we've got a base. Now we want a vertical alignment in the spine. Slip back just a little further. On the inhalation, sweep the arms up gently, interlace the fingers, reverse the palms so they face the sky, and press up, stretching yourself up out of your base. And on an exhale, curve over to the side. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh and curve. Inhale up. Exhale, twist, sighing if you like. Inhale, vertical alignment here. Exhale, breathe smoothly and feel the twist. Perhaps move a little further. Let the breath bathe you on the inside. And on an inhalation, up we come, interlace the fingers. Exhale, press up. Stretch and lengthen for one more inhalation and twist as you sigh. Inhale through the nose and align vertically. Exhale and rotate. Spiral up and around. Breathe. Notice. And on the inhalation, come back. Exhale, big stretch. Inhale here. Exhale, melt the elbows, soften the spine, round yourself. Inhale, palms up, elbows draw back, open the chest and the throat, contract the back muscles. Exhale, backs of the hands brush through, curve. Inhale, palms up. Breathe in the sky as you open your chest. Exhale. Blow out through pursed lips very gently. One more time. Inhale, breathe in through the sky. Exhale, pursed lips. One more time, breathing in the sky. And come to vertical alignment. And pause for a moment and see how this feels. And feel your breath. If you like, you can place your hands on your belly, filling the belly with your awareness, with your breath, and even filling a multi-dimensional belly, one that extends into the back, the sides, up and down. All of that is happening like you're filling a balloon as you inhale. And that balloon is relaxing and drawing in towards the center. Let your breath find a comfortable rhythm. And I want you to consider the fact that rhythmic breath really balances our nervous system. You may remember that the inhalation is associated with the heating or activating side of the nervous system, and exhalation is associated with the cooling or settling side of the nervous system. And when these breaths are in balance and those energies are in balance, we find equilibrium that we know as sattva, purity, luminosity, and we also set ourselves in that central channel that in yoga we call sushumna. The right nostril breath, the heating, activating solar breath, is related to the sympathetic nervous system, and the cooling, lunar, settling breath on the left side, associated with the left nostril, associated with the parasympathetic nervous system. And when these two systems are in balance, our energy is able to rest in that central channel that unites earth and sky and also houses all of our chakras. And if that's too much information, just love the breath, the simplicity and the wisdom of the breath, balancing our inhalation and our exhalation, and honoring a rhythm that is your rhythm today. And now I find sometimes counting the breath to can help us be a bit more aware of it, because we're going to be working with entraining movement and breath to see if we experience a sense of flow or meditation or absorption, being in the zone, that feeling where everything's in balance, you're calm, you have all of your resources available, and you can accomplish a great deal without being moved around by your emotions. You're just very steady and very connected. Another way that we can tell if we're in the zone is if we feel one with others, if we feel a sense of compassion, if we have a sense of self love, a sense of belonging, a sense of union, and a sense of possibility and abundance. So let's think of counting the breath in fours. So you can either inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, whatever your rhythm is. That's just an example. Or if you'd rather repeat the seed syllable Om, you can inhale, Om, 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 and exhaling, Om, 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 Om. But either way, we're creating a beat, a sustainable beat. We're lightly focusing on it so that we can maintain it. We're creating our own inner metronome. And now we're going to match movement precisely with the breath. And the idea is that no movement can exist without breath. So the breath will begin just a fraction before the movement. So my inhalation will begin and it pulls the hands apart, and I reach my full stretch at the end of the inhalation. And as the exhalation begins, my hands are drawn back together and they touch, matching the very end of the exhalation, and the very next inhalation opens me up again. So we have no breath or movement left over. They're beautifully matched, and the breath just begins a nanofraction before the movement. So it pulls the movement. We arrive, we don't end up in a snapshot, we just get there, and then the next breath is bringing us back. So that's the concept, and we're going to do 3 different movement sequences with this. We'll begin seated in the chair, and the first movement is expansion on the inhale to stretch out your wings, and returning on the exhale. But before we start moving, tune into your breath. Close your eyes if that helps you tune in, and really establish or reestablish that steady, sweet rhythm. And set yourself the intention when you exhale, you're ready to begin, and allow that inhalation to create the movement. You reach the fullness as the breath reaches the fullness, and the exhalation starts drawing everything back. So the movement doesn't finish before the breath, and it doesn't start before the breath. And you're honoring your sublime rhythm for today. It's not yesterday's rhythm. It's not tomorrow's rhythm. A perfect union of breath, mind, and movement. Let's finish with the palms touching when you get there, and just pause. Continue honoring your breath. And the next movement flow adds a little bit more complexity, but still in a digestible format. And this one can be done seated. And I'm going to stand. So you're very welcome to join me for the standing. Same principle, but we're going to begin with our hands resting at our sides and our feet planted. So if you're sitting in the chair, you're just resting your hands down to the sides. If you're standing, there's going to be a little bit of a knee bend on the exhalation, and then the legs will stretch on the inhalation. The knees will bend a little bit on the exhalation, and the knees will stretch a little bit on the inhalation. So what are the arms doing? On the inhalation, the palms face away from the body and sweep all the way up to touch. And then on the exhale, the palms turn away from the body and lower. Now, you may perceive this is actually a movement that takes more space than the first movement. So, same breath rhythm, you have to coordinate here too. So, let's practice one. Exhale, the knees are bending if you're standing. The same length inhalation is the length of time you have to rise up and touch. Don't lag in the movement. And the exhalation is the same length as before. All right. So let's once again establish the breath rhythm. Eyes closed or open, because it's all about the breath leading. The breath is not secondary, it's primary. And you're establishing your rhythm. And when you inhale, you've got about 2 beats to get to shoulder height, and the last 2 counts to rise up. 2 counts of the exhalation to arrive about shoulder height without stopping and flowing down and bending the knees. Let the inhalation guide you, counting up to 4, and the exhalation guiding you, counting 4 or taking 4 ohms. Get into the flow. Let's do 2 more. Really, really give yourself to this. And 1 more. And as you inhale, straighten the legs and pause and feel. Notice if there's any shift in your pacing, in your mood, in your sense of, have you forgotten about other things? Are you distracted or are you absorbed? Are you absorbed in what you're doing and curious and really, really putting yourself in? 1 more flow. This one takes it up 1 more notch. Essentially, this is a half sun salutation, which can be done in a chair as well. So the movements are going to be this. The inhalation is as we did. We're coming up, same principles. Exhale, we're folding. So we're bending the knees and we're rounding over. On the inhalation, we arch the back, opening the chest, pull the elbows back, stick your tail up. You want to use your back muscles here. Doesn't matter if the knees are bent or straight. Exhaling, we're relaxing over, curving. And now this one, you only have the 4 beats. Inhale at 2, your shoulder height, and you have 2 more. So we can't lag the arms. And then exhale, we have the same 4 beats. So let's just go over it in terms of the timing. So inhale, 2, 3, touch 4. Exhale, dive, dive, round over 4. Inhale, arching, continue, arrive 4. Exhale, fold, release over 4. Inhale, arms to the sides, and 3, touch 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. 1 more counting. Inhale, 2, 3, touch 4. Exhale, slow dive, 3, lots of time, 4. Inhale, slow arch, don't get there before 4. Exhale, 2, 3, relax 4. Start moving on the inhale, arms to the sides 2, lift 3, touch 4. Exhale, arms outstretched 2, lower down 3 and 4. Pause for a moment and collect your breath rhythm. You might be slower or faster than the example, but you've got the gist of it now. Smile, feel yourself supported by earth and sky and with a beautiful breath. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling on your own 4 counts. Exhaling for 4 counts, fitting the movement into the breath rhythm. Arching and opening up. Don't arrive before the 4. Folding for 4 on the exhale. Rising up without lagging. Same 4. And then reaching out. Let's do 1 more. You're riding the breath. Breath is carrying you. And we'll finish with the same principle with the showering chi, where we acknowledge the support of the earth, the support and suspension of the sky, our noble human place, the three, the trinity of Qigong, and we can show our devotion through our movement. So planting the feet at a comfortable distance, the knees a little bit soft, and here we have the arms curved. So exhale for 4. Inhale for 4, spreading your wings, reaching out through the fingertips, straightening the legs. Relax for your exhale of 4, palms receptive, knees softening. Rise up, earth energy, inhalation, embrace the sky, that 4. And exhale, pouring the blessings combined of earth and sky for 4. Inhale, stretching, 3, 4. Exhale, relaxing, receptive, 4. Inhale, rising, celebrating, 4. Sifting, clearing, dropping what's not necessary, 4. One last one. Rising as you inhale, 3, 4. Relaxing, softening, 3, 4. Rising, blending earth and sky, 4. Exhale, purifying, clearing, 4. Inhale, shift to one leg, open, 4. Step in, lower the arms, 3, 4. Inhale, swishing, acknowledging the earth, 3, 4. And bringing in the hands, folding them, 3, 4. Relax your counting. Let your breath continue to flow. Eyes open or closed. Allow a gentle breeze to move you like a stalk of bamboo. You're receptive, you're calm, yet you're steady, grounded, and allow this movement to subside gently, gently, and notice how you're feeling. Notice if you had any moments of absorption, or maybe you're lucky and you're had a long lasting state of absorption. And I thank you, dear friends. Let your absorption be a friend to you during the day. Play with breath centered movement, see how that entrains you. And we'll see you again next month in October. In October, we're going to be going back to short and sweet, so 10 minutes ish of focused movement centered practices. Thank you so much for joining me for Yoga Month. I hope that you learned something new. Blessings.